thumbnail a picture of me and Dylan, but it didn't work out as planned. Thumbnails always come out humped up anyway, so whatever. It is what it is. Coco, what is Kay thinking about our situation tonight? Well, she feels like she's holding herself back a little bit and she's not putting much perseverance into it. I think she's feeling a little bit frustrated. The good thing for you is that you have a wish around the situation and you have a transformation coming. So I think you have more of an upper hand than you may realize, which is a good thing. But she may be feeling a little bit flustered at this point. Let's see if I can get the chat up here. Okay, I got it. I'm up to Stephanie. How is T feeling during our conversation today? How is T feeling during our conversation today? He feels okay. He feels focused. He feels grounded. A little bit. It's minor. The Tower and the Devil are both in reverse. So this would be minor. This would be like issues that run through his mind that could be problematic, jealousy. But it's like, it's not a big deal. And he's still holding himself back a little bit, but not that much. He's kind of coming out of that. He's still got a little bit of anxiety around his life in general. And he's got mild heartbreak, or he's putting the heartbreak in the past. So he is moving forward. 6 of Wands followed by the Chariot. He is looking to get on with his life. That's what he's hoping for. Starbright. Did M post that story to make me jealous? I'm only getting 33% chance. That's pretty low. I don't think so. Susie, how did he feel about my message earlier? Eight of Cups. Like he's walking away or leaving it in the past. I don't know what you said, but it looks like he feels like he doesn't have any choices. He feels unlucky and he feels burdened. Starbright, how does he feel about the girl he's seeing? Well, right now he kind of feels like he's putting in a lot of work, or he's sort of focused on it, and he feels like it's something that was brought to him for a reason, like there's purpose behind it. But he's not 100% in. He's taking things slow and steady. He's like, wants to wait and see how it goes. He's focused on the relationship. I'm not going to say that he's not into it, but he's like trying not to get ahead of himself. He's taking it slow and steady because he wants to be sure that things are grounded. He's not looking to have things explode on him. So he's like, slow and steady wins the race. He thinks that she's okay. He thinks that they were brought together for a reason, but he's not 100% sure just yet. Beautiful one. What kind of relationship will me and him have? Well, if you use your intuition, this can turn into a romantic relationship. But it may be a rocky relationship. There could be a secret that gets exposed at some point. feeling like there's a long road ahead of you, or it's an uphill battle, and there may be some arguments around this situation. So, and it could be a long and winding road until you get there. It's not going to be the easiest. Mariana, what can I expect in the next 2 weeks? What can I expect in the next 2 weeks? Money. You got money coming in. You got strength coming in. Feeling less burdened, maybe because of the money. Heightened sense of intuition. You've got money coming in. And feeling prepared. So I don't know if it's, there's some kind of large sum of money coming in that's going to make your life easier. Stephanie, how is he feeling? Whoops, hang on. Turn it around. How is he feeling about me? He's been contacting me. He feels good right now. He feels like he's taking things slow. He's not moving forward fast, but he wants to be slow and steady. He's undecided. He doesn't know what he wants. He's not 100% sure how he feels. He's just trying to take it day by day. As far as you're concerned, he finds you attractive. He thinks that you're cool. He likes hanging out with you, but he is afraid of arguments, and it does look like the third party is still around. So I don't know if he's still fighting with that other girl or what, but Three of Cups in reverse would indicate there's still another third party around this picture. And he really, he's like slow and steady. Like that's his thing, because he's afraid. Like he hates the drama, but I think because he fears it so much, he kind of cultivates it. New chapter. What's next for me and George? It looks like balance starts to come in. You have a wish around the situation. Things could change overnight for the better, but there may be a secret that gets revealed. Moon is in reverse. It's usually some kind of secret that gets exposed. Mariana, when my boyfriend and I break up, I feel him distant. I don't think that this relationship's going to last till the end of eternity, but I'm not seeing a breakup coming in right now. I don't think so. Miss Ronnie, does the ex-Sag think that I'm dating? %70 chance, yes, he does think that you're dating. New chapter. Why is George ignoring me? Holding himself back. He may be, the Three of Cups is a celebration. He may just be busy right now with something. It's usually something where there's happiness around. I know now we're under lockdown, we can't really do much, but he could be like outside having beers with the neighbor. Like there's like celebration and happiness. So he's busy. He's doing something. Daniela, spiritual gifts. You may have a very empathetic nature, and you may cultivate that over the years. It may get stronger, and also prophetic dreams. I have a hard time with dreams, only because sometimes I feel like it's really subconscious and it's really just your mind playing them out. I've only once had a really prophetic dream that happened the next day. It doesn't happen to me often, so I have a hard time believing that. But I think you might have that. Or you may find that throughout the course of your life it happens a couple of times. Susie, I told him that I was done with this crap. Oh, he's annoyed. Okay. That's why the Eight of Cups is there. He's walking away from that. Well, you guys are going to have an argument. He's going to come in out of the blue. He feels like justice is not on his side, but you have a wish and you have strength around you. So this ball is in your court, for sure. Kara, why hasn't Leroy contacted me yet? He's taken some time, Six of Wands. He's taken some time because he feels like he's exhausted with the cycle of breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, making up. He's exhausted with it. And he's taking some time. He's pulling back. Two of Cups in reverse. It may take a little bit longer before you hear from him, but you will. You got strength around you. But it might take a little bit longer. He is like, he's getting to the point where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to fight and break up every week. It's just, he's exhausted from it. New chapter. What's the energy between George and Catherine? All right, George and Catherine. Heartbreak is the first card that comes up, but then happiness comes up. So they may be fighting and making up. Lovers is in reverse, they're breaking up. These two are all over the place, back and forth and upside down and everything in between. Nicole, what does Jeff think of me? He thinks that sometimes you act out of jealousy because the Devil card is here. But he knows better. It's like he wants to believe that. Queen of Swords is here, which means he knows that you're not going to take any shit. He knows that you know how to stand up for yourself. You also have the Ace of Swords. He's got a lot of respect for you, and he thinks that you deserve better. I mean, he's still, like, he thinks that you're attractive. He thinks that you got it all going on, like, as far as, like, being able to handle everything. Work, children, relationships. It's almost like he feels like you don't really need him. But that's not an excuse or, you know, so he's not like, he doesn't feel like, oh, well, she just doesn't need me, so, you know, screw it. He's just, he feels like you're secure enough in your own self that you don't really need anybody. Which is, I mean, it's good. You come off very strong. Susie, what can I expect to happen between us now? Well, it's going to go up and down. He's going to reach out to you. You guys are going to argue, and then you can make up again. But once again, this is going to be another cycle. It's going to be a cycle because he is just, he's all over the place. He really is. I mean, there's like, he's stuck in the mud, and then it looks like he does something that you feel is betraying, and then Ace of Cups is in reverse. But then it's like he shows up again. And it's like, it starts the cycle all over again. I think you can expect to hear from him, and you can expect another fight or another discussion about this. Nicole, is anything solid coming for me soon? Relationship. Okay, let's see. First card that comes in is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which would indicate that you may be feeling ungrounded and unstable. And it may take some time, but you do have, this is divine intervention. So whatever it is that's going on, there's a Capricorn here. There's also a Libra here. Whoever it is that comes in, it would be like divine timing. It's like it's meant for a reason. There's also a creative project around you, which could be a timing thing. Like it could be, I'm painting my living room at the same time that you meet these people, the Capricorn and the Libra, or the Capricorn or the Libra, whatever. You may be feeling a little bit upside down for a little while before these people come in. But once they come in, or once things start to move forward, you'll start to feel a little more solid. I'm going to say it's probably going to be a little bit rocky, at least until the summer, maybe even in towards the fall. You know what? And it's like we're all in like, I feel like we're all like, just like sitting here, like watching life pass us by. I don't know where you are, but here in New York, like I just heard on the radio when I was on my way home that the governor is thinking that we may open up for the summer. So really, it's April 26th. Like we're going to open June 21st. Like this is a long time away. I don't know. Everything is like in a standstill. I feel like it's making timing even worse. Kira, do he miss me? How is Leroy feeling about me? Right now, he's taking a space. He's taking space. He needs a minute. He feels like there was a big disaster. He feels a little stabbed in the back, a little bit with the arguments. He feels that there's jealousy around, or there's some sort of a demon. He's got the sword here that cuts both ways. So right now, he's appreciating his time alone. He just needs to step back from the situation right now. Daniela, does Alejandro think that I'm seeing other men? He doesn't think that, but he wonders it every now and again, but he doesn't think it for certain, no. New chapter. You said a secret will be exposed. What's the secret? All right, let's see. I mean, I can't tell you exactly what's going to go on because, like, the cards don't work that way, but I can... Moon in reverse is a secret that gets exposed, and it's going to have something to do between... I'm thinking it's going to be between you, him, and the third party, because there's a whole lot going on here. There's no longer holding yourself back. There's anxiety that comes up around him. Working hard and stability around money. Him feeling like he has no luck. Secret gets revealed, and then there's a lot of arguments. And then things can change quickly overnight. So some kind of secret that surrounds this relationship the cat gets out of the bag. And once that happens, it may be like, you know, it could be the kind of thing like this is what's going to need to happen for things to move forward. But things are not going to continue on like this for too much longer. I mean, I don't know exactly what your relationship is with him right now, but it's not going to be in the same place. Something has got to give here. This can only go on like this for so long. Miss Anna, will Jay try to reach out to me in May or soon by calling or Skype? And if not, what will be the cause of the delay? Okay. I think if you hear from him, it's going to be brief and it would be by text. I don't think it's going to be a phone call, and I don't think it's going to be by Skype. I don't think that he wants to have a big conversation over the telephone. You could get a text message from him, and it could be the kind of thing that goes back and forth a couple of times, but it wouldn't be a long, conversation. It would be like checking in kind of a thing. I think more communication comes in over the summer. Kira, is Leroy talking to other women during the break? No, I don't think so. I think that he wants a break. That's what I think he wants. I don't think he's looking to start something else right now. What do you want, Dylan? What do you want? Please. All right, I got it. Oh my God. There's a delay on this phone here. So I just watched the light go off in the room behind me. And I was like, oh my God, who's in the kitchen? And then I saw myself walk out. Jeez, my heart almost stopped there. Goddess, when will I find a new place to move? It may not be until September, or it would be sometime between the end of spring and September. Sweet thing, who is the little girl in my dreams? She could be an angel. She could be an angel. You got lucky, luck around you, and the Judgment card could be an angel. Sweet thing, what does Kenneth feel about my bluntness? You know what? He kind of finds it to be refreshing. You know, he's kind of at the point where he feels like that he's tired of people like playing games, or like people saying one thing and meaning the other, and it's kind of refreshing to have somebody just say it like it is. Sweet thing, my relationship with Kenneth, are we soulmates? All right, is this a soulmate relationship? Yes, it is a soulmate relationship. Susie, he said sorry after 4 days. Do I pull back? Yes, I would pull back a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Mariana, will my relationship get better in the next 2 weeks? It's going to be okay in the next 2 weeks. I don't think it's going to be like a major change or a major shift. I think it's just going to be, it's going to be okay. New chapter. What does George's future hold? What does the future hold for Catherine and George? It's not looking good for them. I mean, they've got the Ace of Swords, which cuts both ways. Somebody feels stabbed in the back. There was a big fight. Somebody walks away. Then there's jealousy around them. Somebody else feels betrayed, and then somebody really walks away, is like, I had enough, and leaves. So I don't know how long that relationship is going to last. Priscilla, what is next for myself and Eric? We just say hi. Conversation can pick up a little bit. There's being prepared, moving forward. There's a delay when it comes to happiness, but you still can cultivate more from this situation. I'm not seeing love come in right now, but it looks like more communication comes in and you have good luck on your side. So if you want to cultivate that, you can. Siba, what's the meaning about my dream about T, the Leo? That there could be communication coming in out of the blue and you may be prepared. You know, like I said before, like sometimes like I don't always read so much into dreams because I feel like a lot of it is just our subconscious mind replaying things in our head, or also hopes, fears, and stuff like that. So I don't always read so much into dreams. You know, because then sometimes you have like bizarre dreams where like that stupid dream that I have all the time. Me and my dad always have it. Where we're either on a roller coaster, in a car, on a bus, something, but going up a hill that is so steep that you can't see over the other side and it feels like you're going to slide back. Like, what does that mean? Some people say that your soul is being elevated. Is that true? Do we know that to be true? Can we really prove that? No. So that's why I'm like, I don't read that much into dreams. So just that's my opinion. Susie, how do I change all that's happening, or can I? I mean, you can't control somebody's mental state. You can't. You can only control yourself and how you react to it. So it's, you know, it's your choice, and it's really shitty. Like whenever somebody would say that to me, I always felt like it was kind of like being gypped, because it's like, not like I'm choosing between a wonderful relationship and a wonderful relationship. It's like, it's my choice to walk away from something that was never really that good to have nothing. Like that's how I would feel when people would tell me that. Like no, like I would feel like the way they presented it was, you're going to have a choice, which made me think that there was going to be more people around me, and it was going to be like him, and him, and I was going to be like, well, I think I'm going to have you. But at the end of the day, the choice was really, do you want to put up with this anymore, or do you want to walk away from it? So it's your decision. In these situations, for everybody that's in situations like this, it's like, unless the other person changes their behavior, you're going to have to keep dealing with this. Like, this is what it's going to be. You're not going to snap your fingers and have him change his behavior. So, and you can't control his mental state. You can choose to put up with it and not let it affect you. And when he shows up, he shows up. And when he doesn't, he doesn't. If you're okay with that, then that's fine. But if you want more, I don't think that this is happening with this guy, because he's just, like, he's all over the place. Dylan, how much you gonna eat? You still hungry? I mean, it's not like you haven't eaten today. I mean, similar story. I had a friend of mine who, I mean, she was young at the time, like probably like 21, 22, 23. But her and her boyfriend were constantly fighting, constantly. He would go out with his friends. She was pissed off that he wasn't with her. He said that he was going to quit smoking, and he didn't quit smoking. I mean, they were always fighting, and she was always crying, and it was always, and at work, we worked together. And she was complaining to one of our bosses, who was like a much older woman than she was at the time, like old enough to be her mom. And the woman said to her, like flat out, and she got so pissed. She was like, listen, I just don't think you're happy with him. I think that you should break up with him, because it's just, nothing he does is right. And after that, like, she really took what this woman said to heart, and she didn't break up with him, but she never fought with him again. She wound up marrying him, and she was just like, we just never heard again. And I know it wasn't because, I mean, look, when you're young like that, you go through these things and then eventually you grow out of them. So that's part of it. But somewhere in her mind, she must have been like, you know what, I should just shut my mouth and deal with it because I don't want this to end. And that was her choice. Not everyone is going to make that choice. So when the situation comes up with the choice is yours, it's frustrating because it's like, I can walk away from this or I can continue to play this game. But it doesn't seem like right now, you know, it seems like it's like a cycle. The only way to really change it would be to really put your foot down and not give in to him. You know, like once and for all, like, listen, you don't show up, that's it. Don't call me again. And put an end to it, because like this has gone on for so long that, I mean, he's just driving you nuts at this point. You know, it's tough. It's tough. I've been in situations like that too, where I'm like I've thought to myself, I'm like, how long do I want to deal with this? How long do I want to put up with this? And sometimes it just, you know, fizzles out on its own. New chapter. Is George going to end things with me when the secret comes out? What does the future hold? Lovers is in reverse. Something is going to give. So, he could end things with you, but it wouldn't be for long because you got the wish card here. See, I don't think that they're lasting much longer. He could end things with both of you for a while, and then you and him could reconnect. Like, he may pull back his energy and just take time. He's not thrilled in the situation he's in right now with her. I know that. I mean, the cards that come up around them are, like, terrible. But I think that when things first come out, he may cut ties with both of you for a minute. And then he comes back because you got the wish card, and you're going to have choices. 7 of Cups. Things could move forward with you and him pretty quickly, and use your intuition. At that point, too, there could be a lot of money around you guys, and you guys may move forward. 10 of Pentacles. I think he'll end things temporarily, and I think he'll do it with both of you because I think he's going to need to regroup. I think it's going to be a lot going on for him, which is, you know, it's always strange, and I think most people are like this. They're unhappy, they're unhappy, they're unhappy, they're miserable, they hate each other, they're fighting, then they break up, and then they're so upset. It's like, what are you upset about? You weren't happy to begin with. But it takes time to kind of separate the energy, you know, and totally detach. So I kind of get it. Amy. Should I text Noah tonight? And if yes, what should I say? There's 3 questions there. Should I text him I can't tell you what to say. So let me ask, should I text Noah tonight? Um, 70% chance, yes, you should text him. Has he been thinking about me tonight? Okay. Looks like he's been working on something tonight. 8 of Pentacles. He's busy doing something tonight. You can text him, but I can't tell you what to say. I mean, you got to say whatever it is that, you know, you feel like saying. Fanny. When is Bobby reaching out again? When is Bobby reaching out again? It could be within the next 2 weeks. Kira, what's on Leroy's mind? Money. Money or business. Happiness around money. That's what's coming up right now. Feeling balanced, or maybe something that's going on with business, work, and money. That's what he's thinking about. He's got pentacles all over him today. And he wants to be happy. The sun is here. Happiness. Focus is right now on money. I don't know. Araceli, what does Soj feel about my Twitter? Does he check? I don't think he checks Twitter. It doesn't come up that he's looking at Twitter. Nicole. She's keeping him from coming to see Justice because he was supposed to come this weekend but didn't. Is she keeping him from coming? See, I think that she does pull a lot of stunts. And I think that she's got a really controlling nature. And I have a feeling, like with all the energy shifts that we've been going through, the people that are trying to be controlling and manipulating, it's going to end up backfiring on them. I hope I'm right with this energy shit, but this is what's been coming up, and I'm not the only person that's been feeling like that. And I keep getting like other people have been kind of saying it to me, which is kind of confirming what I've been believing. So I'm thinking that that's what's going to happen. Yeah, see, she tries to control the situation. She pulls stunts. You know, like he may be getting ready to go, or he may intend to go, and then all of a sudden she needs him for something. This bullshit isn't going to last long. It's not going to last long for anyone that's trying to pull shit like that. People are going to start to get exposed when they're doing shit like that. Like, it's one thing if you legitimately have an emergency. You can't go, I need you, my car is dead, I have to go to work, you know, like that kind of a thing. That's an emergency. But when you make some kind of bullshit up just to like manipulate the situation and guilt somebody into doing or not doing something, I think that's the stuff that's going to start to fray. That shit's all going to start to fray. Leslie, how is Guillermo react when he sees me? A move. How will Guillermo react when he sees me? It doesn't look like he makes a move. It looks like he's cordial and he's friendly, but it doesn't look like too much happens the next time you see him. It may take some time. He comes up a little unprepared. So give him a little time. It may not happen the next time you see him. It may take a couple of times, like if you start to cultivate something with him before he makes a move. New chapter. How will things turn out for me and George? Well, you got a road here. So it's like there's regret around the situation. There's some arguing that goes on. There's also feeling a little bit betrayed at some point. There could be also jealousy as a factor. But there's also a point where you come to where you're feeling like you have the world at your feet. You're no longer feeling so weighed down and burdened by the situation. You have good luck on your side, and this relationship can move forward. Balance comes in. You guys could reconnect with the Two of Cups. The relationship can change overnight, and there is possibility of a happy home in the future, but it's going to be a road. It's not going to be something that, like, we're not looking at next Tuesday this happening. It's going to take some time. Once again, with all these situations, you've got free will. If you meet somebody else shows up and pulls you in another direction, you can go. You want to stop playing this game with him, or you want to stop participating in this situation, you can stop. But I don't think he gives it up. See, that's the hardest part with all of these situations that are like this. The guy usually, even though he's not the one that comes forward and he's not the one that does the right thing hardly ever, they usually don't let go either. And they usually keep coming back. So it's usually up to the female to decide. It's because of the free will thing, which, you know, is good, but it's also like exhausting because you've got to be the one to make the decision. And, you know, like I've said it a million times, I've been in situations like this. I was off and on almost 10 years with somebody that was back and forwards and upside down. And at the end of the day, I did make the decision, and I was like, I've had enough, and I walked away. But I had plenty of reason. And I had a lot of reason over I think it was actually 8 years. Nicole, how is Karishma feeling? There's jealousy. She feels like she's got a long road uphill, and she feels like there is a delay when it comes to happiness around her. She feels like there's things in her way and she's got no choice and she has no control. So she may be trying to like control things. It's not going to work. No, I don't think it's going to work. Kira, does Leroy no longer want to be with me or fix us? No, it's not that he doesn't want to be with you or he doesn't want to fix you guys. He does not want to keep doing this cycle. He doesn't want to fight on Monday, break up on Tuesday, get back together on Wednesday, and repeat it all again next week. So he's getting to the point where he's like, if we can't get this relationship back on track and we can't get to where I want us to be, or the relationship that I want to have, then I'm going to bail. But he's not at that point yet. But he's getting to the point. He is so tired of the fighting. I mean, I don't know what you guys are fighting about. I mean, I can't tell you who's right or who's wrong. I don't know. But it looks like he's just worn out from this. And he's like, I just can't do this anymore. And then the idea of you moving in there with him, that makes it even worse for him, because he's like, now if we move in together and we're not getting along when we're not living together, how's it going to be when we move in together? So right now, he's taken a step back because he feels like, he's like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep fighting and breaking up. Like, I can't do it anymore. So, right now, I think it's going to take him longer to show up this time. And it could be like subconsciously he may be thinking, you know, I'm going to take a little longer this time because I need for this time it has to work, otherwise I can't do it anymore. Like I can't keep fighting. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep putting it, you know, having the same situation over and over again. So he's getting to the point where he's, you know, he's frustrated. He really is. Miss Anna, what the text will be like, an explanation or apologies? I think he's just going to check in, like he's going to touch base. I don't think it's going to be a big dialogue back and forth. Like, hey, how are you? How's it going? When you respond back to him, I think you're going to hear back from him. But I don't think the conversation goes for much longer than that. Let's see. Yeah. See, he reaches out. He makes contact. And then I think he pulls back. because he doesn't want to discuss anything through text. He doesn't want to discuss it. He doesn't have the time. I don't think he's going to apologize over the phone, or it may be like, sorry it's been so long, but it wouldn't be an in-depth apology. It wouldn't be an in-depth conversation, and it wouldn't be something that goes back and forth 100 times. It would be like only a couple of times, a very quick conversation, but it would be opening the door for when he comes home. Kira, do you see him reaching out to me, and if so, when? Yeah, he does reach out to you. Let's see when. It could be within the next 4 days. Or before the month of April ends. Which is just about 4 days. Chelsea, how is Troy feeling towards me? No communication. Okay. You're going to hear from him. He's a little stressed out right now, a little bit feeling like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He may be worried about money, or there's a delay around him when it comes to money. You're going to hear from him. It's like it's on his mind. It's in the back of his head. He thinks you're well-balanced. He has a lot of respect for you. He thinks that you're attractive, kind, hardworking, compassionate, and sincere. Miss Ronnie, I'm still in shock. What made the ex-Sagittarius just think that he can pop up? Is the next time, like you said, a pop-up again, or try to reach out? I hate when people just show up. I really do. You know, like I could be like coloring my hair or waxing my legs. Like, you call. He may call the next time because he feels a little bit more confident. I think he popped in because he wanted to see what you were up to or who you were with. And he wanted to like see what was going on unexpectedly. I think he pops in again, but it might not be the next time. You could hear from him first. Like they could be two different situations. Like he could randomly text you tomorrow and then show up again on Thursday out of the blue. I think he was trying to pop in because he's trying to like get an idea as what's going on. Like he could also just ask you, but I think he's trying to like be slick about it. These guys are enough to drive you crazy. All of them. They're all, they're all the same. Miss Anna. Is my friend Val's fiance is abusive, but buys her things to keep her mouth shut. Oh God, I hope not. Is Val's fiance abusive? I think she's abusive. You got 2 aces and the sun is like a yes. Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Not good. Susie, how do I get stronger in relationships? It's frustrating for a lot of people that go through things like this. They say affirmations are really helpful because what these things come down to, everything always comes back to some kind of soul wound, right? So feeling worthy, feeling like a lot of times people will say shit, and I kind of get really pissed off like with like psychology and that kind of stuff, because I feel like you can't put everybody in one box, right? But some of it makes sense. Like if you wanted to be happy and you want to be in a stable, normal relationship, and you thought that you deserved that, would you really be putting up with somebody who's giving you less than that? So it comes back to like self-worth and working on those. Like, I am worthy. I'm worthy of the relationship that I want to have. I'm worthy of somebody, responding to my, and like, we're not asking for like $1 million or something unheard of. It's like, when you say you're going to come over, show up. When I text you, answer me. That's what we're asking for, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're like, get on a white horse, pick up some flowers, and show up here and whisk me off into the sunset. It's like, just come when you say you're going to come. Like that, it's common courtesy. So a lot of times what they say is that it comes back to self-worth. That if you really felt like you deserved this certain type of relationship, you wouldn't put up with that kind of a person. And then the argument is, yeah, but I'm attracted to him and I care about him. So then you break it down. Well, what is it that you care about? What is it that you're attracted to? Because these things tend to come back to a soul wound. And these people are just bringing the soul wound to the surface. So the reason why you find them attractive is because they bring out in you this issue. And when they show up, it fixes the issue. Fixes it temporarily, but it fixes it. So from studying this crap over time, and also having lived it myself, I've found with the guy that was doing this to me for 8 years, that what I did was I made a decision. I swear to God, like the day that I saw that picture, I was like, this is it. I was like, you know what? I choose who I love and I don't love you anymore. And I was like, that's it. That's it. Every time he popped into my head, I just did whatever I could to just get him out. If I was like feeling sorry for myself or sorry for the situation, I got busy doing something else. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want anybody's 2 cents. I didn't want to hear it. That was how I dealt with it. Because I felt like at this point, like, the universe will show you something when you're meant to see it. You don't have to go looking for it. Like, everybody's like researching all kinds of shit and looking up different things and drawing all kinds of conclusions. You don't have to do that, because when the universe wants you to see something, it presents it to you. And that's what happened to me. And I made a decision that day. And I was like, you know what? That's it. And I remember I didn't cry over it. Like, there were so many times that, like, I mean, this guy took off. Well, he took off to France with his ex-girlfriend. But originally, when he told me about the trip, he told me he was going to Italy, and he told me he was going alone. I mean, this guy put me through hell. But when that trip happened, I mean, it was like somebody stabbed a knife in my stomach. Like, I just felt like somebody just gutted me like a fish. I couldn't stop crying for like a week. But when I made the decision that I was like, fuck this, I never cried again. So I really got to the point where I was like, I can't feel like this anymore. I can't do this to myself anymore. And that's how I got through it. And it was similar with, he really wasn't somebody that wouldn't show up when he said he would, but he was one of those people, like, I would text him, he wouldn't answer me back, and then he would call me at 2:00 in the morning and he wanted to come over, and it was that kind of shit. Like, it wasn't like a normal relationship. It was like, I mean, I remember one time it was snowing really hard, and he was like, he wanted me to go to meet him in his friend's house, and I'm like, it's really bad out. I'm deathly afraid driving in the snow, deathly afraid. He's like, well, if you don't come to me, I'm going to come to you. And I felt like he had been drinking. So I drove in the snow to see him. When I don't go anywhere in the snow because I'm afraid. And then I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? Anyway, but it comes down to, like, I was willing to conquer that fear to go and see him that night. But then meanwhile, if I text him the next day, you think he was going to answer me? No. I didn't even have a phone number for him. I had to email him. Some other bullshit with the phone, but anyway, but that's what I did to get through it. But that doesn't have anything to do with the cards. That's just in my experience and from what I've seen from reading other people, really working on self-worth. Because when you get to the point where you're starting to feel differently. The person isn't attractive anymore. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, ugh. And that's the way I started to feel like it's just not that good, you know? So when you start to heal that kind of piece of yourself that he's healing temporarily, he's not so attractive because you don't need him as a band-aid anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it makes sense. And then, I mean, at least in my experience, I was like, oh, I don't yeah, I'm okay. I'd rather be alone. Kira, since he doesn't miss me, is it best that I move on? Well, he can't miss you because it hasn't been so long. Like, you don't miss somebody if you just saw them or you just had a fight with them a couple of days ago. In order for him to miss you, you got to put some time and space in this relationship. And for him, he feels like you guys are always fighting and breaking up, and you guys aren't getting anywhere. It's not getting any better. It's just a cycle. So in order for him to miss you, you have to pull yourself out of the situation and pull back for a little bit. Nobody can miss you if they're talking to you. You know, if you guys are talking every day or seeing each other every day, and then one day you don't see each other because you had a big fight, he's not going to miss you. He's got to miss you because you're not around. And you have to be not around for a substantial amount of time. I think that it would be really healthy if you did entertain other people if they showed up. I still think he's going to come back. I think he's going to want to work on things. But I think he's getting to the point where he's like, I can't keep doing this. So I think that the space may be a little bit longer this time. And if somebody else is around you, I don't think you're going to hold yourself back. I think you'll go for it. You will move on. If somebody shows up, you're going to give them a chance, which I think is a healthy thing. There may be somebody around you right now that you don't realize is interested in you. And they may, I don't know, hear about this or step up to the plate, or you may say something, or they may just go out on a limb and you may give them a chance. I think that if you just spent a couple of weeks apart from him, give him a little time to miss you, things may be different moving forward. But right now he feels like, he's like, I can't keep doing this. Unapologetically Sarah. I can't say that word. What is my next boyfriend like? Okay, let's see. Well, you know, it looks like it's divided here. It's guided by the divine here. So you may be at the right place at the right time when you meet the person. It wouldn't be somebody that you have to go looking for. You know, it's not like you have to go online dating. You could meet them when you go to the gas station or when you go to the convenience shop in the middle of the night. It looks like they're very kind. They could be somebody from your past. It could be somebody that you already know. It doesn't mean that you already dated them, but it could be like, I don't know, you walk into the grocery store and you run into Johnny that you went to high school with. You haven't seen him in 10 years, whatever it is. And then you may connect that way. It seems like this person's a very hard worker. They could be a business person. They have some money. They're a little bit financially stable. They could have like a love of adventure or like to do different things that maybe you've never done before. They may have a love of nature. They're very well grounded. They're very successful. They're a strong character, well prepared and strong character. Kira, in general for next week. You got choices next week. 7 of Cups. Moving forward, slow and steady wins the race. Feeling much more balanced next week. You may be spending time with a Sagittarius. Life can move forward quickly. 8 of Wands. Feeling successful next week. But you may have decisions to make that you're not prepared to make. New chapter. Why is George so indecisive when it comes to me? Is it because he prefers Catherine over me? I think he's stuck. I think he feels stuck. I think he feels like it's hard to get out of his situation with Catherine. Yeah. Oh, he's got a tower moment coming up around him though. He's got a serious tower moment. After the tower moment happens, he's going to be slow and steady. I wouldn't expect him to do anything crazy. Like, whatever goes on, it may take him a minute to digest all of it. But he feels like he feels stuck with her, and he feels, are they legally married? And it would be a project for him to get out of it. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Are they legally married, or they live together or something? I think that's what it comes down to. That it would be hard for me to get out of it. Like, you have to understand, it's hard for me to get out of this. People get out of things every single day. It's just, you know, you got to man up and do it. And unfortunately, men are really funny like that, because they always come off like they're so tough. But when it comes to stepping up to the plate, a lot of them are big wimps. Sarah, what is coming up in my love life in May? Okay. Balance comes in the month of May. If you're not with anyone right now, there's a fire sign around you that could be interesting. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It also looks like you could be taking a trip across water in May, or to water, or this could be leaving the past behind, moving to greener pastures, you know, leaving in the past something that didn't work and then moving forward. Or looking to move forward to something that's a little bit more stable, and feeling in May like you've made it to the top of the mountain. So there's a possibility of being around a fire sign in the month of May. Like, Six of Wands would be like something that may be mediocre over here, and then kind of like, you know what, I'm done with that. And then moving on to something else. Like, maybe I really don't know what's going to happen here, but it's got to be better than that. It could be. Like, these cards, you can interpret them so many different ways. But if it doesn't work out like that, then it could be planning a trip across water or traveling to water. Allison, AT and KS, what's going on between this lately? Okay, let's see. AT and KS. It looks like your relationship is okay. It looks like it's kind of balanced right now. It looks like they're kind of connecting. It looks like it looks okay. It looks it doesn't look like it's anything special, but it looks like they're getting along and they're enjoying their time together right now. Or they're putting in effort. The relationship is okay. Brandy, let me do yours now. Spiritual reading for the spirit from the spirit cards. Three of Fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancements. Change your life now. Seven of Air, planted seeds that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. DJ, was N serious when he said that he sees us going far in our relationship? Is he genuine about us, or is he being jokey? No, he's not being jokey. He's serious. I mean, he sees a future. He's happy with the way things are. He thinks that there could be more to come. Yeah, he's not joking. Janie, has Dee been thinking of me? What is his next move? Yeah, he's been thinking about you. I think he's going to call you or text you or reach out to you in some fashion. AJ, does he take the bag and the cologne from my house? Okay. Did he take the bag and the cologne from the house? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah. Miss Anna, was Jerry's motivation to resume our relationship right now? I'm curious because when we've been apart for months now, is he still in his ego and stubbornness? Yeah, he's still being stubborn, but he does want to resume the relationship. He feels like he kind of screwed up and he knows he's got to kind of dig himself out of this. He's just, he's a little bit stubborn, but I think he's going to come through. Susie, he knows I'm back online dating sites. How does he feel? He's not happy about it. Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, not happy. He's going to have sharp words about it. Tower moment, he's not happy. He is not happy. Miss Anna, has Val's fiance ever hit her? I'm getting a 70% chance yes. You know, just because you're asking me makes me feel like there is something in your intuition that makes you think that he has. And that's enough for me to go with that, even if the cards didn't say 70%. Usually when people feel that way, they're usually right. I don't know what makes you feel that way, but if you're feeling it, there's probably something to it. I mean, physical bruises you can see, but sometimes you can't really see how much somebody is abusing somebody mentally or emotionally. So that could also be a part of it, that you don't even see that part. But there is definitely something going on here because I feel like you're picking it up and you're, I think that you're on to something. I don't think you're making this up or pulling it out of the clear blue sky. Kira, general. Okay, coming up, there's hard work around you with a new business opportunity or a promotion, something that would be bringing in more money. Makes you feel like you made it to the top of the mountain. You got good luck on your side, and you also have some peace and quiet and tranquility coming in. Serenity. Feeling like the world is at your feet. 6 of Pentacles. being well compensated for work. So it could be getting a promotion. It could be getting a raise, a bonus of some type in the near future. Cinnamon was W with another girl this weekend. I don't think so. I'm not convinced, no. T. Yvette, general love. You have happiness coming in around love and cause for celebration. If you're not with anyone right now, a fire sign coming in, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Being prepared to move forward, happiness with all 10 cups being full. Sarah, what might happen between my crush Trevor and I? Could be a love connection here with the Ace of Cups. Could be prepared to move forward. There could be some hard work around this situation. There could be happiness that comes in. It may be slow and steady. It might not be like a whirlwind romance, but it could be slow and steady wins the race with this situation. Kira, does DeJohn miss me and will he contact me? Okay. He comes up as thinking about you a lot. I think you are going to hear from him. Yeah. I don't know if this is somebody that you were with in the past, an ex or somebody that you connected with once, but it looks like that there could be, he could reach out to you in the near future. When will he, when? Okay. It could be within the next 3 weeks. Seba, I keep saying the numbers 111. What's coming up for me? Okay. You're on the right path. Your intuition is heightened. You've got some money coming in. You have a wish coming in. It could be a new business opportunity, a new job, a new promotion, something you do on the side, a new way to make money or more money. There could be a love relationship on the horizon. So you have a lot going on coming up over the next couple of months. Colleen. Did my ex Joseph really have the COVID virus like he said he did? 70% chance, yes, he did. Susie, will he up his game or pull back? I think he pulls back initially and then he comes forward more. I don't think he likes that you're on dating sites. I think he's going to want to check in and see what's going on. But I think that if you don't cut him off like completely, he'll pull back and then he's going to come forward again. He doesn't like you being on the dating sites. That's bothering him. Crystal, will I have a baby with Christopher? And if so, how will he treat me with his baby in the future? I'm only getting right now a 33% chance that you'll have a baby with him. So if you do have a baby with him, it may be far off in the distance. I'm not convinced of it at this point. You know, it's like, that's also a free will thing, because the opportunity is there, 33% chance. But it's not coming up strong enough for me to say that that's happening anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think he would be good to you if you had a child with him, but I don't think that he's going to stick around and wait much longer. So you may have to make a decision soon as to what you're doing with him. 33% chance to me is too low for me to think that it would be something that would happen this year. Allison, it's kind of confusing. Okay. What will the energy around all this release for both of us? Like, when will we stay away from each other for good and move on, me and AT? Like, I can't give you an exact date. When things end, they tend to end on their own terms. Sometimes people prolong it because one party doesn't want to let go, and it goes back and forth and back and forth. But let's pull some timing cards and see if we can get some kind of time. It could be sometime in the month of August, you know, or around August. The hearts would be the springtime. I don't think it happens that fast. I think it's going to take a little bit more time for this all to, you know, dissipate. But, you know, once again, it's like sometimes we do the worst thing for ourselves because we keep hanging on, or we keep reaching out, or we keep trying to keep the lines of communication open, where if you close the door and you walk away, you would move past it quicker. Not just you, but anybody, you know. I don't feel like this is going to be over before the end of the spring. So I'm thinking it could be sometime more towards the month of August. Kira, what can I expect next for Leroy and I? Well, I think you're probably going to hear from him in a couple of days, or he's going to show up. I think he's going to want to talk. But I also think he's going to make it clear that if you guys give it another chance, that this is going to be it. He's not going to keep doing this. I don't know what you guys are fighting about. I can't tell you you're right, he's right, the next guy's right. I don't know. But it looks like here, like he's got the sun in reverse. So he feels like, I want happiness, and I'm just not getting it. It's just, this is not making me happy. And the Ace of Cups is in reverse. So it feels like I can't keep starting over. I can't keep doing that. So there's going to be another conversation about this. But what you decide to do is going to be your choice. But keep in mind that his patience are starting to run thin. And I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying that at all. DJ, General. Life starts to move forward quickly. Feeling prepared. Feeling like you can take on the world. Three of Pentacles is usually a relationship that has to do with work, that is stable and grounded. So this could be feeling secure at work, maybe getting a promotion, feeling like you're important there, and that you're not gonna like lose your job or something like that. Feeling like all the hard work you've put out is starting to pay off. You have the sun around you, which means that happiness is coming in. If you're not with anyone right now, you also have a chance for love to show up. Slow and steady wins the race with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. It would be a water sign coming in. Mimi, when do you see marriage for me? The initial of the person. I can't give you an initial. I don't know. I can ask if you are getting married. Let's see. I don't think it would be in the next couple of years, but it may be a June wedding, but not in the next couple of years. I think it may take some time before that happens. Sarah, how does my ex-boyfriend Darren feel about me? Feels like you guys used to fight a lot, or that's what he remembers. He feels like you have choices. He feels like you're very strong, you're attractive, you're lucky, you're very well balanced, you're a hard worker, you're very smart, and that your life can move forward quickly. You're nurturing and kind, but I think he feels like the downfall for the two of you was there was a lot of arguing around. Dee Dee, will my ex-Taurus reconnect with me? Yeah, 70% chance you guys reconnect at some point. Crystal, is Christopher seeing someone or a plan on? He does want to be with somebody. He does want to be with somebody. I'm only getting a 33% chance that he's seeing anybody right now, but he does want to be with someone. Jordan, does Chance want to be with me? He feels like you two are going to make your way back to one another at some point, yeah. TD, how does he feel after ghosting me? Well, he feels like an asshole, but if somebody called him out on it, he would get defensive because he doesn't know what to do. Like he wouldn't know how to, he knows that he was wrong. He feels like he wouldn't know exactly what to say. Like if you called him out on it, he would be like, well, I was busy, I was working, I was this, time got away from me. And all of that is true. It's not like he really planned. Like he didn't say, well, it's April 5th, I'm never going to talk to her again. Like that's not what he did. But it's like time got away from him and he feels like an idiot. And he feels like the longer the time goes, the harder it is. And he knows that. Like he should just like do something about it now. But for some reason, he can't get out of his own way. Miss Anna, is Jay worried that I'm impatient with him after all this time? You know, he comes off that he feels like it runs through his mind that you could be impatient, that you could be mad at him, and that you may not want to hear from him, like you're angry. But that just runs through his mind. Overall, he feels like you're still there. Like he has like moments where like insecurities pop up, or he feels like, you know, maybe she won't even want to speak to me anymore. Or maybe she, you know, she got tired of waiting, she met someone else. But overall, for the most part, I think he still thinks that you're there. Sarah, will Darren try to get back together with me? A 70% chance, yes, at some point he does try. I made it through the super chats. So let's cut off the super chats now. I'll answer for the moderators. I think only Mel is here. And while I wait for Mel, I will do some of the other people that are waiting here. Sade, what's coming in for me and my ex, the water sign? Communication comes in, and you have good luck around you, so you may have success around this situation. Yeah, you may be the one calling the shots. Jornay, what's going on with the relationship between me and Chance? Okay, I don't know where you guys are right now. It looks like somebody maybe walked away, but there is room for growth. Use your intuition because things could be evolving and moving forward. There's a chance for happiness here. A love offer comes in, but it's going to take some hard work. It's not going to be a bed of roses. It's going to be a decision that you're going to have to make to work on this relationship, and then you guys can move forward. And then there can be celebration around it, which to me, celebration, like finally you're in a good place, or you feel stable, you feel like solid. But it may be a little bit of a road, and it could take some working on. Shani, how does Corey feel about the girl he lives with? I'm not convinced about this situation. There's heartbreak around it. He may not be that thrilled, or she may not be that thrilled. Somebody here isn't happy, and they kind of like, things may stall at some point. It's not all it's cracked up to be. That's for sure. Oh, Zara's here. Oh, you woke up? What time is it? What time is it over there? Sarah, the current energy between the Taurus and his ex Pisces. Okay. Argumentative. There's jealousy and arguments. Not good. They may not even be speaking right now. Mel, it's usually, it's 6:34. So I'm just waiting for Mel, and while I wait for that question, because maybe I passed it, hang on. I'll answer for somebody else here. How about Valentina? How many more days until I hear from the Pisces ex? It could be another week or so. Samantha. Okay, Samantha, send your question. And I will do Enukriti, H's intentions for me, while I wait for Sarah. He may be moving forward, putting a lot of hard work into the situation. There could be cause for celebration, some adventurous time, some spontaneity. things coming in out of the blue for the two of you. Like he may want to do things like willy-nilly, like get in the car and go to the beach or do this or something not planned and spontaneous and fun. Samantha, send the question because I can't find it. I don't see it. While I wait for Samantha, I'll do Sonia. Do the people that bullied me at work, especially the girls, receive their karma for what they did? I can't answer somebody else's karma. Karma doesn't work the way we want it to work. So I can't tell you what's going to happen, you know, what's going to happen for them. And you know what, like I can't tell you somebody's karma. I don't know. I can just tell you that karma does not work the way you think it should. Hi, Dylan. Okay. Samantha. Nine of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. The Two of Water. A relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. King of Water. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open up your heart and your mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice. Charity work. All right, guys. I am going to go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all. And I'll be on tomorrow, probably 5 and 9:30. If anything changes, I'll put it in the community page. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.